Hi everyone, and we're back in the Cribs studio again, and I've really been enjoying getting to know different members of the Cribs team better. And today in our studio, we're welcoming James. Hi James.
Hi Teresa. Hi everyone.
Thank you for coming in. It's lovely to see you. Some of you won't recognise James, some of you will. But James, just tell us, what's your role in Cribs?
So I work with the Boys Noise team, running Heart Sense programs at one school at the moment.
Okay. And enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic working with good friends and meeting loads of you guys. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
And I've spoken to some of the other Cribs members about, do you ever see the puppets in the office?
No, not well. I feel like they're hiding from me.
They like to hang out in the store cupboard.
Yeah, see, I don't get to go in there very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't made my way into their friend group yet.
Yeah.
But I've got plans.
Sneak into the store cupboard and you will.
Yeah.
James, so I've asked all the other members of the Cribs team what their favourite Bible verse is. And I've noticed that you've brought your Bible with you today. It's got a lovely big leather cover on it.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us what your favourite Bible verse is and maybe why?
So one of my favourite Bible verses is from Exodus 14, verse 14.
Okay.
It's a book that tells us about how Israel, who is God's people, who he's chosen for himself, how they were enslaved and then how they were taken out of slavery by God.
Okay.
This particular verse comes after they've been freed from slavery by God.
Okay.
But the ruler of the Egyptians who enslaved them has decided, I want to get them back. Or I want to take them out.
Oh dear.
And the people have this moment of, oh dear, here they come. A kind of anxiousness starts to come up from that. And they say to Moses, like, why have you brought us out here when we were just fine in Egypt? We were safe. We might have been slaves, but we were safer there than we are now.
Yeah, so it's been really scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Moses says, I'm going from verse 13, fear not, stand firm, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall never see again. The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be silent.
Gosh, that's lovely. It's what you'd need to hear if you was really frightened.
Yeah.
So why is it so important to you?
I think it's, yes, something that you might want to hear, but also probably something that would be difficult to take. You're trusting in God to fight for you in the face of an army coming towards you. I mean, the questions that brings up is how he's going to do that. For me, it's important because I've been anxious, like I imagine that these people were at the face of an Egyptian army. I admittedly don't have an army pursuing me, which is lovely. But I have been anxious. I do get worried and fearful sometimes. And when I try and deal with my worries in my mind, sometimes it can only get worse.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to deal with what I'm anxious about, but in trying to deal with what I'm anxious about, I'm only getting more anxious.
Right.
And more worried. This verse I've used as a tool to help me, and I don't get it right all the time. I do try and deal with this on my own, but I'm better for using this.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells me that God will fight for me.
Yeah.
That I don't have to do the dealing with it in my mind. I can trust him to deal with it. And that I can just be silent.
Mm-hmm.
I can stop that talking to myself in my brain and making myself more anxious. And I can just let God fight it for me.
Okay, that's really helpful. I'm sure some of you have things that you're scared of as well, because I used to be scared of the dark when I was little. So asking God to look after me was really helpful. Well, it's not easy to ask someone you can't see to look after you, but actually we know that he does, don't we?
Yeah,
So,
it's a faith
in
him that he will do it.
Yeah, you trust him. And is there anything else in your life, James, that you would like to share with us? Something that's really important to you, something that's maybe changed the course of your life, or something you feel strongly about or really love?
I think the main thing that has shaped what I do outside of cribs, but sometimes inside of cribs as well, is I think I was 8 and my dad sat me down with a guitar that was too big for me. And my little child arm was trying to get my way around this thing. It was always a hobby. It was always something that I just enjoyed, and it never made its way into school. I never did music at school. It was just something I had for myself at home, but that in the background was becoming really important to me and what I do. When I'm at church, I sing and play, and I've grown to do things that I never imagined that I'd do with music. I went on to study it later on, but having an instrument, having that place to be creative, that thing to be creative with, was really influential for me and still is. I've currently been trying to learn a new instrument, and
What are you learning?
I've been learning keys,
Okay.
and there's something incredibly special about being bad at something. I don't mean bad, but because it's being an amateur, being new to something. And when I was a kid, I never realised it. I was like, I'm not good at guitar. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, this is really difficult. Where I'm at now is that I look at this new thing that I get to do and explore, and I go, it's really fun being not very good at this.
Yeah.
And you get these new discoveries of like, what does that sound like, and how does that sound, and it grows you in an incredible way.
So it's fine actually to not be good at things, but just to try.
Yeah.
And you just keep trying until you get better and better. And I've heard James play the guitar, and you're really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, maybe some of you might see him with his guitar in school one day. You never know. You might be able to take it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for telling us that story about the Egyptians and how they chased the Israelites and how scared the Israelites were. But they trusted God to look after them. You've trusted God to look after you. I've trusted God to look after me. So thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for being with me and James today. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.